Hey, what's up guys, it's Jakeem the Nerdy Python, and today we're going to be talking Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1. So I was a little skeptical about doing this video because, and I don't know if you guys saw my reaction to the season's official trailer, but you know, I pretty much revealed that I'm not a die-hard Game of Thrones fan, but yes I did. Last year I sat down and, you know, I pretty much watched the entire series, but I only did it one time throughout, so my memory's still a little bit fuzzy as to, you know, all the specifics, so bear with me on that. If you need to correct me down below, go ahead and do that. I really welcome it. Just be nice about it. So Season 8, Episode 1. At the end of the last season, we saw Jon Snow and Daenerys pretty much fly to King's Landing and try to get Cersei in on their alliance. And, you know, pretty much everything just turns to shit. And it ends with the dragons pretty much burning the whole stadium and everybody on fire. And I forgot as to whether or not any terms were met. But, you know, it's just kind of up in the air now. So I don't know if Cersei's actually, you know, just going along with the whole alliance thing and, you know, gonna turn on them later. But, you know, if you remember, let me know down in the comments. So now, you know, Jon Snow and, you know, Daenerys, they're back in Winterfell and they're pretty much regrouping with, you know, all their current allies, and we get the return of Arya, Sansa, and pretty much everybody's just down in Winterfell. Tyrion, Miss Sunny and Grey Worm, I think I said her, I hope I said her name right, but, you know, everybody's pretty much there and reunited. My thoughts on the episode overall, it was a pretty good episode, and it had sort of like a nostalgic type feel, if you want to say, because you know, it's been a while since, you know, the last season ended, so it's a nice little return to the norm for all these characters that we all know and love. So Jon Snow and Daenerys have pretty much got like a romance going on, and you know, there's a little bit of drama between them and Sansa, because Sansa doesn't like the fact that, you know, he pretty much, you know, gave up his crown to, you know, pledge his allegiance to Daenerys as the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. When it comes to Arya Stark, I've been all over the internet and it was pretty much spoiled what happens to her. You know, I heard that, you know, she finally got beat up. So, you know, I did see where on this episode, you know, she kind of met back up with the guy who she met like way back in one of the earlier seasons. So, you know, they're kind of, you know, back together and they're kind of, you know, talking and interacting and a bit of a flirtatious vibe going on. So, I do see the build up and the lead up to, you know, what's gonna happen eventually, and you know, it's really cool, and I can't wait to get to that in the next episode. The Greyjoys also returned. We got Theon, his sister, and their cousin, who I believe last season or the season before pretty much took over the whole Greyjoy kingdom, and you know, and so you know, we've got that whole little family squabble going on between those two and, you know, their cousin, and where he ends up taking Theon's sister hostage aboard one of the ships. And so in this episode, we see Theon come back aboard that same ship and pretty much rescues his sister, and the two of them reunite and, you know, reforge their alliance. So we have that going on. The Greyjoy, I forgot his name, but let me just say the balls on this guy is just fucking big as like tennis balls, man. Because the fact that he actually he's in King's Landing and you know, he's pretty much on Cersei's side of things, and you know, he actually had the nerve to go up to her and, you know, suggest getting it on. I just found that shit incredibly insane, and the fact that it actually happened and, you know, that he actually ended up getting it in with her is just even more incredible. And, you know, and I do feel like that right there is going to elevate his status later on in the season, even if it's just like, you know, it's just the rules. And, you know, knowing Cersei, she's probably just using him for something and gonna, you know, build up his elevation to like a high member in King's Landing or whatever. And he's probably going to step out of line, and she'll probably end up killing him later anyway. Because that's just what Cersei does, and, you know, this is like a bad character, and you know how it pretty much works with writing these shows and everything goes out. How the people that have it coming to them will eventually get it, and I do feel like, you know, that's pretty much going to happen. One of the more memorable parts of the episode was definitely, you know, when Jon Snow and Daenerys, you know, they pretty much go on like a couple's retreat, so to speak, and, you know, they got the dragons with them, and you know, this is the first time he's really getting like really close and intimate with the dragons, you know, and the two of them, you know, when they go in to kiss and hug, I find it incredibly hilarious that one of the dragons gets up and starts eyeballing like, you better watch what the fuck you do, and he's kind of like, okay, you know, I don't want any trouble. So that was also pretty cool. And when they start actually flying on the dragons, I really love the cinematography, the dragons and the effects. It all looks just perfect, and it's on such a large scale, and I can definitely see it, you know, being on the big screen. And last, guys, at the end of the episode, it's really cool to see Jaime and Bran start, you know, kind of, you know, just staring each other down, because as we all know, Jaime Lannister from the way beginning of the show is the reason why he's in a wheelchair after he pushes Bran out of that window. So, they're kind of staring each other down. Jaime kind of, slowly turns at him and he's like, oh, fuck, I pushed him. He's still here. Like, I'm in trouble. And, we got Bran staring back at him like, yeah, I remember what you did, you fucker. I'm going to get you back for it. So I just really can't wait to the next episode. So leave your comments down below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm late, and I try to be as accurate as possible. Help me out with the comments, because Game of Thrones is so big, and I do like the show, even though I don't consider myself a diehard, and I just feel like it would be like a good step towards me, covering other TV shows. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you tap that bell for notifications. There's also links to my social media posted down in the description below, and as always, Nerdy Python is out of here.